Welcome to our event analysis breakdown from our help video. In order to access your event analysis, you can access the event homepage, and then under the event form table, click on the event analysis, or you can click analyze. From here, you're going to get a breakdown of your event, including a number of sections, and we're going to go through each of them. First and foremost, we get our perform profile for our specific event. We can see what our current event was, our current performance, versus our best performances and our worst performances in our perform profile. Our best and worst here are based on our tournament performance. In addition, we can also see our detailed breakdown of how we perform in each of those 6 perform profile categories and what they're rated at. From here, we can also see our scoring breakdown to see my scoring averages, how I performed on my starting and ending 3 holes throughout the tournament, my scoring per hole, as well as my breakdown of eagles, birdies, pars, bogeys, and doubles. In our next section here, we have our notable holes breakdown. We can define the number of notable holes that were defined over the course of the round. In addition, we can also look at our key moments. Now, in case you forget in the future, you can click here to see what our key moments are. The key moments are identified based on the notables you identify and key actions or events that took place in your round that we think may have had an impact on your performance. Let's take a look at them. We can see here that in round 16 there was a key moment because I gained more than one stroke on a single shot in that particular hole. And we can see our breakdown to say on this notable hole, what was my performance on the next series of holes versus what is normally expected both in this event or overall for me as the athlete. In this particular case here for round 2, we had a very bad hole, and we can see how my performance varied compared to what it normally would do. So in this case here, we can see that I had a triple bogey on that hole, and then how my performance responded following that compared to what it would normally do, both in this event and on average. In our next section here, we can look at our focus breakdown. If you recall from our pre and post event forms, we not only defined what we are going to focus on in the lead up to the event, but also how effectively we followed that plan and what the impact of that was on our performance. And we can see that breakdown here in front of us. And then our last section is putting this all together as looking at what recommendations we have specific to our on-course and technical performance, as well as what recommendations we have in order to improve your mental performance, how to limit those bad holes or focus on preparing better or developing better routines, all of those components that are part of our perform profile. And that is our event analysis. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this was helpful.